and welcome to the end of year book tag. So we're getting towards the end of the year and I still cannot believe we're getting towards the end of the year. In my head it's still like August, but it's actually November, which is weirding me out a little bit. But that's beside the point. We're getting towards the end of the year. It's time to do the end of the year book tag. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? No, not really, because I don't really read books, then put them down and then start something else before I finish the last one, unless I have a clear plan to finish it immediately after I've finished the book I paused it for, if that makes sense. So I don't really have any books specifically that I need to finish, but I do have a couple of series that I do want to finish if possible. And those are Gwenpool, because there's only like 2 volumes left if I remember rightly, so that should be reasonably easy as a goal. Hopefully. I've also got The Mortal Instruments, which is the original 6 books. I've only got the final one left, which is City of Heavenly Fire, which is huge. You guys know what it looks like. I'm not going to grab it now because it's all the way over there and I'm very lazy, but it's massive, so I'm slightly scared of trying to get to that one, especially considering another series I do want to at least read one more book in, which is the Stormlight Archive, and the next book I need to read is Oathbringer, which is 1,200 pages long, so if I get to that I'm probably not going to get to City of Heavenly Fire, but who knows. And the only other thing that I am really desperate to finish is the all new X-Men and also the X-Men series, because these two weave in together and I've only got like 4 volumes left, I think, as well. I've been loving this series so far and I really want to finish it this year because I'm just loving it. And while I don't want it to end, I do want answers, because the last ones I read had a huge cliffhanger about Charles and a huge plot twist about him that I need answers to immediately. So while there's no books I specifically need to finish, there's a hell of a lot of books I do want to read to complete series, or at least slightly catch up on them. Question number 2 is, do you have any autumnal books to transition to the end of the year? And not really, because I don't really read like that. I just read the same sort of things all year round. I don't really change my reading in that way. I will read more stuff to do with characters and books that are being adapted in the time that the adaptations are coming out, but that's about it in terms of like changing my reading. Apart from that, I don't really change it depending on the season. Question number 3 is there any new releases that you're still waiting for? The only one I can think of right now is Rhythm of War, because basically everything else has already come out, and Rhythm of War is the 4th book in the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I've been really loving this series, and this 4th one comes out in November. I'm probably not going to get to it till January because I've still got to read Oathbringer, which is probably happening in December, because I'm taking a break in November because reading them is exhausting because they're so big. But I'm probably going to read Rhythm of War in January, but I'm still really looking forward to the release because it's a new Brandon Sanderson book and it's the first time I'll kind of be around when, like, and sort of enjoying his books when a new one is released. So I'm quite excited for that, despite the fact that I'm not going to get to it for a while. Question number 4 is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Oathbringer, the X-Men stuff, and WandaVision stuff. And what I mean is obviously Oathbringer, because that is the next one in the Stormlight Archive that I need to read before I can read Rhythm of War. The X-Men stuff is the stuff I mentioned a minute ago, which is the Uncanny X-Men and all new X-Men that weave together with the Charles plot twist. And then WandaVision stuff is Vision by Tom King, then several Scarlet Witch stuff. I've got loads and loads of Scarlet Witch stuff and I want more Vision stuff because WandaVision's coming out in December or November, who knows. Just who knows, we don't have an air date yet. We just know it's supposed to be coming this year and I am ridiculously excited for new Marvel stuff, which means I can finally read comics to do with the latest release, and I cannot wait because I love Wanda, I love Vision, and I cannot wait to get into their stuff and just sort of let's read more about them, essentially. I cannot wait. Question number 5, I think, is there a book you still think could shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Probably not, because that's probably going to like Addie LaRue or something like that, but maybe Oathbringer, because I mean Brandon Sanderson does shock me all the time, but I don't know, it could be Oathbringer, but it's probably not going to be. It's probably going to be something like Addie LaRue. I haven't really thought about what my favourite book of the year is at the moment, but it's looking to go towards maybe Addie, something like that. Maybe Oathbringer, but probably not. And the final question is, have you started making reading plans for 2021? Yes, I have. There's already several comics I know I will be reading if the cinemas are open, so that I know I will be reading. I've also got a couple of series I do want to read, and I'm trying to come up with maybe a couple of like vlog series to do with those, like I have been doing with the Stormlight Archive and the rest of the Cosmere this year. So if you do have any ideas for that, please leave links down below, or just suggestions down below of what you'd like me to vlog reading next year. I do have a couple of ideas, but I'm always welcome to more. And I also have a TBR game planned. I've got one already made that I may go with, but I have just had another idea as well that I may go with as well, but that depends possibly on art skills, so which is not my thing, so maybe I'll go with that, maybe I won't. But all I will say is that both of them include, if I can grab them off my TBR cart, these dice bags, but they're not going to be filled with dice, they are going to be filled with lucky stars. So that's all I'm going to tell you. So essentially these are themed. There is one with a skull on. There's also one that's covered in books. There's also space, and then there is also Marvel. So if you've got any guesses about what I'm doing, leave them down below. But before I give anything away, I'm going to leave it here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below with what you think I'm doing in terms of TBR game. I'd love to know, as well as your recommendations for what I should read next year and vlog it, because I'm looking for more recommendations on that front. So leave them all down below. I'll also leave a link down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, where I will be doing a huge amount of WandaVision stuff when the show comes out. So if you want to know more about WandaVision and their history and all the other characters that are rumoured to be turning up, and just generally turning up in general, and my general ideas on the show, I will leave a link down to the Comic Book Sanctum so you can check it out. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here with the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!